Welcome to Historically Speaking. I'm Jim Davidson, and I'll be your host for today's program. Our subject today revolves around Vermont folklore. Folklore may or may not be true, but either way, it is a fact of our life, and the stories of Vermont folklore are told, retold, and passed from generation to generation. And so, now to our program today, which features the efforts of two young men to produce a video focusing on 4 elements of folklore from Vermont's history. The young men are from Chester, Vermont, and they have produced a video that is entitled Ghosts of Vermont, a Chronicle of 4 Lingering Spirits. In the studio today with me is Dylan Duncan, one of the creators of this cinematic work. Welcome, Dylan.
Thank you, Jim.
Dylan is a graduate of Ringling School of Art and Design. He has a BFA in illustration. And Dylan, we'd like to welcome you to our show today.
Thank you.
Maybe you could tell us a little bit about your partner who is associated with you in producing this work.
Sure. Yeah, Travis Van Alstyne is his name. Basically, we both actually grew up together back in Chester, Vermont. And so I think I met him like back in 2nd grade. And we basically just grew up and we worked on projects together through high school. And he actually right now is down at Savannah College of Art and Design, majoring in, actually he's mastering in interactive design. He just completed a 4-year program in computer animation. So we both kind of ended at the same time, came back for the summer, wanted to work on a project, so.
Now this program that you produced in this video is not animation.
No.
This is live material.
Yep.
And can you tell me a little bit about how you and your partner got started in this whole area, field of producing video?
Sure. Well, like I said, we had actually we had done a numerous amount of projects down back at school for like classwork assignments and everything like that. And we had been assigned to work on kind of like a multimedia presentation, like using a computer and video. So we had taken our talents. Like, I mean, I've always been drawing, and Travis has been using the computer forever. And so he would put backgrounds to. Like, we'd take a story, and then we'd illustrate it, basically. We'd put some audio together with it and some music. And it kind of blew everyone away, actually, to be honest with you. Like, they didn't really expect, and this was back in, like, 8th grade. And so they didn't expect us to put together something like that. And so we would get more and more projects after that, and they wanted us to do a video to promote the track building at the high school, Green Mountain Union High School in Chester. And so, but up until that point, we had really never done any video. It was always been like more like art projects and stuff. And even when I went to school, I majored in illustration, so I didn't really do anything like that. But so we wanted to try our hand at that again.
So that led you into this medium of video, which is a very hot medium today.
Yeah,
it's the in area.
Can be.
Now, you went to college. Could you tell us a little bit about your background, other than just illustration? It's the Ringling
School of Art and
Design.
Yeah.
And you know, you did more than just illustration, I'm sure.
Then at school? Or?
No.
Yeah. Well, I tried to. I tried to do more than just the schoolwork, but no, it was a really good school. It's actually I had never heard of it until high school, because I took an art class in high school. And I've been drawing forever, and people were always like, "You're going to go to art school, you know it." And
sure.
I'm just like, "I guess so." That's the expectation.
Yeah.
So Travis had actually found the school, Ringling School of Art and Design, on the internet, and I looked into it, and I went down to visit, and I went there and took 4 years of illustration, basically, and it was a pretty intense program, very vigorous. I had to really work pretty hard to get to where I was on the bachelor's degree.
Yeah. Now, Travis had similar experience, but he went to a different college.
Yes. Yeah, he actually is attending the Savannah College of Art and Design. Yeah, and he has a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree in computer animation.
From there?
From Savannah College of Art and Design.
But he wasn't directly in video
Nope,
either.
not either.
So,
No.
how did you, the two of you, got together this year? And
Yeah.
tell us about that a little.
We had talked, like our last semesters at school. We were thinking, hey, how cool would it be if we would come back and work on another project together? And so we thought about that, and we're really busy with all of our school assignments and everything like that, so we couldn't really kind of nail into that during the school year. But when we came back, he came back, I think, in June, and I was done in May. So we were kind of thinking about what we could do for a project and topics we could choose. So what we did is we took survey. We gave a survey out to 50 different people and tried to see what they'd want to do. Actually, it was more than that. It was 100, but with 30 different topics. And we really wanted to see what people were interested in seeing for a project, for a presentation, because we really wanted to do this video,
Sure.
And so this Ghosts of Vermont kind of was the number one topic.
Really?
Yeah, everyone was really
So you did a little
interested.
marketing survey to decide that, hey, people in Vermont
Yeah.
would be interested in seeing
Yeah.
some video about
Yeah.
Ghosts of Vermont.
Yeah.
Now that raises a very interesting issue. What do ghosts look like on video? How do you deal with that?
Well, it's interesting because in the beginning of summer, we had focused on that question, really, and we wanted to know what we were going to show, how we were going to format this video, basically. We didn't know. I mean, we had gone as far as to looking online to finding these, what are they called, electromagnetic detectors or something like that. I'm not
yes.
sure, but I guess ghost hunters go around and they use them to
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters, sure.
Yeah.
Which I don't think we like to coin ourselves as that quite
No,
yet. But
no.
people would go around and they'd actually use these things to try to find these energy fields.
Yeah.
I guess that's supposed to
Yeah.
mean that there's a ghost in that area.
Something.
But we didn't actually think from the beginning that we'd actually see any ghosts or film any ghosts. We knew that we had to rely on reenactments and hiring
Tales.
not hiring actors, because we didn't hire anyone, but
Yeah. But
people.
to try to find people who had knowledge of the tales
Mhm.
and could share them
Yeah.
well
Exactly.
in a video format.
Yeah.
And then, in a few minutes we'll show a little sample
little
of your work.
segment, that's good.
Before we do that, let's take a little bit about what do you do right now?
What do I do right now?
Yeah.
I bake pies.
Oh, you're a baker
Yeah,
right now.
and
Okay.
cookies.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it. I mean, I've been working on some freelance work. The only problem with today's economy now is that there's not a lot of jobs.
For
yeah.
illustrators, illustrators.
And for illustrations, yeah.
illustrations, so
I think this video thing is really nice.
But this is a good entry into the whole field of that.
Yeah, it's
I'd like
fun.
to let the audience know that there are 4 tales in this video that is being produced. And we have the privilege today to show you one of the segments of the program, which is set in Whipple Hollow in West Rutland. So without ado, let's roll the cameras for our local segment.
Many people hear ghosts move furniture, or pictures fall off a wall, or they hear a ghost going up or downstairs, but I rarely hear of people who actually saw a ghost, and that's exactly what I did. It's too bad to see a town like Whipple Hollow and True Blue disappear, and that's actually what did happen. And my memory tells me that it was such a gorgeous, beautiful place to live. People were happy, they had gardens, they had horses that they rode, the kids built their own sleds, the whole community helped. So it was a different way of life. People had simple things and they were very, very happy with it. And as young boys, we made our own toys, wagons, whatever, sleds. We made our own sleds that we used to call a toboggan. Slide down the hill in Whipple Hollow from the top of the hill all the way down to the schoolhouse, which The foundation is there. That's about the only thing that's left. All the buildings are gone. And it's kind of sad. It's too bad that the marble went out. And when it did, the people went with it.
Whipple Hollow is located in the northwestern corner of the original town of Rutland. In 1773, Nehemiah Whipple came to the area, purchased land, and by 1774 had settled there. Very shortly after, his father Benjamin came to join him, and sometime after that, his two brothers also came to the area. There are many Whipples in the area, and obviously Whipple Hollow gets its name from the many Whipples who were living there. There are other settlers who lived there also. The hollow itself is a deep valley between mountains on both the east and west side. The hollow runs north and south up the valley. The hollow itself, near the southern end, is a rather swampy area. And it's an area that gives some impressions of the surreal. The mists and the shadows at night can be quite intriguing.
I did plumbing and heating most of my lifetime, and I had a 24-hour oil burner service. I would go out all hours of the night. Coming back from such a call, I came north through West Rutland. I came out of Chippenhook, through West Rutland, going north on the Whipple Hollow Road, and I saw this iridescent, beautiful light. As I approached this light, it turned out to be a beautiful lady with a gown and a veil on her head. So I followed her for quite some time, slowed way down, and followed her and watched her beautiful face, and it was the most amazing thing that I can remember, even at my age, at 83, was how beautiful and distinctive her face looked. So as I followed her with the window open, I said to her, "What are you doing out here on this lonely road at midnight?" She didn't answer me, so I said to her, "Can I help you in any way?" Nothing happened. She kept right on walking, and I kept following her. Then I finally drove about 10 or 15 feet ahead of her and opened the door, hoping she would come and talk to me. But then nothing happened, so I leaned way over and looked out on the passenger side of my vehicle, and there was nobody there. I sat there for quite some time thinking this over and said, this has got to be a human being. But I realized that it wasn't, and I'm positively sure that it was a ghost.
Wow. Looks almost real.
We hope so. That's what we want to show.
Whipple Hollow is an interesting area.
Yeah.
I assume you selected the area for filming because the folklore tale about the ghost is set in Whipple Hollow.
Right.
I mean, you didn't have a lot of choice.
Yeah.
But it's kind of fortunate because these hollows in Vermont have this kind of eerie feeling or setting about them.
Yeah.
Particularly at days that are not sunny.
Yeah.
Or nights when the evening mists are coming in from the hollow.
Yeah.
It gave you some stuff to work with, but it also, I imagine, gave you some problems on how to get the footage and the soundtracks. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
The
problem?
footage, that was definitely a problem because, I mean, like, I live in Chester, so that's 45 minutes away, and to be able to get really good shots, it's better to shoot in the morning or at night because like the lighting seems to be the best at that time. So basically, I'd have to like drive up in the morning, like 7:30 in the morning or something, or like late at night after work, and try to get some shots there to be able to get that that atmosphere that we were looking for. We couldn't just go like at noon and shoot because it'd be like high noon sun and everything would be diffused and everything, so it wouldn't look good.
And the sounds,
well, actually,
material?
we actually have a sound guy that's working with us. His name is Zachary McNaughton, and he's graduated from Full Sail University in Orlando, Florida, and he's doing a great job with the sound design for us, and he's actually currently working on that as we speak.
On the parts of that.
Yeah.
So he's been the one that's been tweaking the sound to make it all come together.
Spooky.
Was there a lot of editing required for these scenes of Whipple Hollow, both audio and video editing?
Yeah, actually, there was a lot. I mean, initially, the ghost that you saw in the clip, that's actually our friend Rachel Duffy, and she lives in Chester. And so we had initially filmed her down in Chester in a certain section, like to get a couple shots. I think the close-up shots that you saw of her were done in Chester. But then we actually we drove up to the actual road in Whipple Hollow and filmed her, like the shots that you see far away, walking away, like the foot shot you saw. That's actually on the road, pretty close to the actual spot that Frank Kurant, who was featured in the video, that we don't have the credit on there quite yet, but his name will be on there. Frank Kurant. Yeah, he lives in Pittsburgh.
Okay, so Frank Kurant is the man who relays the tale to the folks about, and he is a eyewitness of the experience.
Yes.
And I'm assuming from what Frank says that Frank believes something other than normal happened that evening in Whipple Hollow.
I'm thinking so.
Yeah, and Frank, of course, is a native of Whipple Hollow. I mean, he grew up there, played there, slid there, and so forth.
He lives in Pittsburgh now.
And he lives in Pittsburgh. So we have a lot of local elements that are involved here. You've mentioned who the lady in the star, the ghost, if you will,
for that segment,
is a young lady from Chester.
Yeah.
And it's kind of interesting that the ghost made no answer. Probably, is that appropriate for a ghost to do?
Yeah.
Not respond?
I think so. I think that's pretty much all the ghosts in each one of our segments, like, just kind of exist as a presence. They don't really say anything.
They don't really say anything.
They don't say too much, no. Except for when they're complaining off camera that we're putting them through this stuff.
Okay. Now, there are 3 other tales that we're not showing on our program today, but your final video includes 3 other tales. Do you want to talk a little bit about, start talking a little bit about one of them, maybe?
Sure, I could. I know I'll start off by saying that, like, in the beginning, we had about 10. We had 10. And then it turned out that, like, for what reason or another, I don't know, but we just couldn't nail down that story. Or, like, some people, like, that we were going to interview just couldn't do it, or they, you know, like that. Yeah, it turned out it just didn't work out, basically.
Not good stories, didn't work.
So it didn't fit. So we ended up narrowing it down to 4. It was 5, I think, and there was a problem with the 5th one. But one
never would have gotten 10 in your time frame.
I don't think so. No, I mean, it would have been like an hour and a half or something. But one of the other stories is quite interesting. It's actually very popular. It's up in Stowe, Vermont. It's Emily's Bridge, and basically, I guess people they say that they can drive through the bridge and they can feel like kind of something brushing alongside of them, or if they're driving through their car, they can feel it shaking or something. They see like little glowing orbs along. So we took that and kind of ran with it, and we met with the ghost aficionado up there. His name is Ed Rhodes, and he's featured in the segment. He kind of drives the whole thing, tells his story, and basically it's actually an interesting story, all the stuff that he talks about. So, and I'll try to think of some other ones here. The other 2 segments we have are based in Hartford, Vermont.
The second one is another one is in Hartford.
Yep, and that revolves around the 1887 railroad disaster. And I guess people will drive along and they see, like, sometimes they see a smoking locomotive going along the trestle that goes over the White River, or they'll see a little boy that's supposed to be the son of a man that died on the train. Sorry.
He's on the train.
Yeah, and so they see a boy floating above the water because I guess what happened was in the winter. So there was ice there, and so if the boy is there, it's like as if he was standing on the ice, but now in the summer he's floating above the
So
water.
the train's there, and then it isn't there?
Right. I guess people see that.
Well,
So
we
we're
wonder
covering
what the mind does do.
Right, yeah.
And so forth.
So we're hoping.
And then there's a third segment, of course, in addition to the Whipple Hollow.
Yeah, and that's actually based right in our hometown, in the Quail Hollow Inn. And we had the privilege of talking with the whole Cole family, Cindy Cole, Bill Cole, Jim Cole, and Chelsea Cole. And they have all had firsthand experiences with their haunting at their house.
So there's a lot of evidence of the tales, the hauntings.
The hauntings,
Okay.
yeah.
And these are 4 hauntings. Of course, this being October, November, this is a wonderful season for producing and releasing a video on hauntings.
We started way back in May, and we were hoping that we'd have enough time to get it done, and it looks as if it's going to come together.
Yeah, and that'll be great.
Yeah.
Now, these shows are put together in a single video production.
Yes.
And we hope that our viewers may have an opportunity to either see them in a live presentation. You are planning some live presentations in various locations.
Yes, we have one in Chester, actually. The premiere is going to be October 30th.
Mm-hmm. And then there are some other opportunities for showing this on public access channels,
Yes.
like our own Channel 15.
Yes.
And so we would certainly encourage our audience to look ahead,
Yeah.
because
It's coming.
you may have an opportunity to see the other segments of the program, in addition to the Whipple Hollow piece that we've had the privilege of seeing quite early.
Exactly.
I guess my next question is, okay, we've done the hauntings. Where do you go from here?
That's a very good question, actually. Not quite sure, really. I'd actually really love to continue with this type of media, though. I like to do illustration, but it seems that I like to be more involved with meeting people and talking with people and learning things. And Travis and I have been talking about starting our own company based on documentary filmmaking. And we actually like to coin this as more of like a cinematic documentary, where we tie in like interview elements with some like movie making stuff that we've done. So we'd like to continue with that. We just have to try to find some more topics. Maybe more surveys, I don't know.
Oh, there are topics out there,
Yeah.
I'm sure. There are lots of historical topics.
Yeah.
And I think probably the skills and the eye of the illustrator that you obviously have developed in your training in school serves you well when it comes to designing the video images and the movement, the motion,
Composition, everything like that.
composition of it.
Yeah, exactly.
So many of these things overlap, and I know so often people start from one place and suddenly end up in another place, happy
To end
they'll
up
get out.
somewhere completely different.
I was pleased to see the show and pleased
Well,
to
that's good.
have a small part in it.
Oh, yeah. That was
Right.
really great, actually.
And there is a history to that area. It was a very short-lived history.
Yeah.
But it seems to us that whether the viewer sees folklore as a piece of history or a piece of maybe history, the fact is that the ideas that people have, the tales that they tell, are facts of history.
Right.
They may be based on some imaginations, or they may be based on things that we do not know about today. Anyway, I'd like to thank you very much for
Oh, you're
joining
welcome.
us and sharing with us the clip from the program.
Thank you for having me.
And I'd like to thank our viewers for watching something that maybe is a little different for Historically Speaking, but Historically Speaking loves to give you something different each time. History has many rooms in its mansion, and we'd like to continue a tour of that mansion by showing you all the possible venues that there may be in history. So again, thank you for watching Historically Speaking. We hope that you will continue to watch us as we have new segments every month.